Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll look at a business scenario that we'll be using throughout our course to apply the UiPath automation implementation methodology. We'll summarize the Acme Systems Inc. business case and requirements, outline the steps of the as-is process to be automated, and list some of the essential questions that we should ask before starting a project. Throughout this course, we'll look at implementations from both the perspective of vendor-led implementations and in-house Center of Excellence-led implementations. So be on the lookout for the practices that work best for your context. Are you all set? Great! Let's get started. Acme Systems Inc. has selected a process for automation as part of the larger project initiative conducted by its finance and accounting department. Currently, each day the finance and accounting team needs to generate a security hash code for each new client based on their personal information. They have as many as 30 clients per day, and it takes around 3 minutes to generate each code. The detailed process map lists all the steps of the as-is process. Let's look closer at how it's done. In the Acme web application, users sign in with their email ID and password. From the dashboard, they access the work items listing from where they can view the list of available tasks to be performed. For each item of the WI5 type, they open the details page to view the client details. Next, they open the SHA-1 generator webpage and provide the client ID and client country information. Next, they retrieve the client security hash value from the web page and navigate back to the Acme web application. Afterwards, they click the Update Work Item button for the selected record. Lastly, they update the comments section with the code that they just generated from the SHA-1 web page and set the status to Completed. This concludes the steps required to generate a security hash code for one client in the as-is form of the process. The scope of RPA in this scenario is to automate the entire process. Acme Systems Inc.'s Finance and Accounting Department aims to reduce onboarding time for clients, reduce redundant activities within the team, improve performance and reliability, and lower client onboarding costs. Acme's business team chose to automate with the UiPath platform and support from the UiPath professional services team in both internal and external-led implementations. It's a good idea for the professional services team to initiate the early interactions with the client department by sending out a welcome note, which details the next steps for them. This note provides information to all the stakeholders about the overall engagement. It explains how communication will happen, who are the people to reach out to, and the next steps in the implementation process. However, if you are part of an external organization, in this lesson you will find our welcome letter template, which you can use as such. Or you can create your own template and use any communication tool available within your organization to bring the team together. In both cases, whether you're a member of the internal UiPath automation delivery team or of any other external automation delivery team, we recommend you involve the IT team in charge with the department's software systems early on. It's wise to experience the process as it is and identify any potential problematic areas in time. Before starting the project, members of the implementation team should make sure they clarify a few details with the internal or external client. These details include, but are not limited to, what are the first steps that we must take to engage with the stakeholders? What is the RPA maturity of the organization and how does it impact the project? Aside from the map and detailed steps of the as-is process, what else do we need? What are the best practices that we'll need to follow to ensure that the implementation journey is smooth? Who should we team up with to determine what infrastructure is available? How can we start collaborating with the technical team to get the required access for developers and robots? In this course, We'll learn about the model that we can use to tackle all these questions and more, and have a successful and high-quality automation implementation. If you are a project manager, solution architect, business analyst, or automation developer, will provide you with the knowledge and tools to have a fast, efficient, and reliable implementation process. We'll examine the tasks and responsibilities that must be performed at each stage of the implementation model. In addition, we'll discuss what the typical roles are for both the UiPath and client teams. Great! Now let's do a quick recap. In this video, we looked at the business requirements for Acme Systems, Inc., the process map for the Acme as-is process, the steps involved in the Acme as-is process, some of the key questions that we should ask before we start the project, and the importance of informing all the stakeholders on what the process will be, how the communication will happen, who are the people to reach out to, and next steps. With this, we conclude our video on introducing the automation scenario. Make sure not to miss the next lesson in the course. Thank you for watching, and happy automation!